Lived here your entire life, West Virginia?
Mostly.
Mostly? Same right here on this...
This hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like when you were growing up? Because you said you had a bunch of animals and pigs.
Yes, we did.
Did you have to get up and feed them every morning?
Yes, I did have to get up and feed them every morning. I had to catch the school bus at 7 a.m.
So you would have to do all that before you got on the school bus?
I did.
What kind of animals did you have?
We had pigs, we had hogs, we had cows, we had calves, we had horse, we had chickens, we had ducks, we had turkeys. That's all I can think of right now.
What did you have to do for them every morning?
Every morning I had to feed all those animals, and I had to milk 3 cows.
Okay. I feel like I should know how to milk a cow.
Well, you probably don't.
I don't. You're right. I don't.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
It's okay. I mean, maybe this interview will teach some people where milk comes from.
Yeah.
It comes from a cow. It don't come out of a bottle.
Yeah. Do you have to do anything to the milk, or can you just drink it right away?
Well, when we lived on the farm in the olden days, they didn't do anything with the milk.
Really?
They just separated the cream off of it and put the milk in the refrigerator and used it that way. But now it's all homogenized. They cook the milk to kill any bacteria. That's what they do.
How do you separate the cream from the milk?
Well, when you milk, just for instance, if a cow gave me 1.5 gallons of milk this morning, I would set it in the house, and my mom would leave it set, like in the refrigerator overnight, and the cream comes to the top of the bucket. And it could be that thick of cream. You know what cream is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It could be that thick. It could be this. Just depends on the cow. Just depends on what the cow has been eating to give, milk. And you separate that cream, and you save that, and you save that, and you make butter.
Oh, with the cream?
Yeah.
Oh. And that's when you just churn the cream that turns into butter?
You make butter. Uh-huh.
So would you do that with the cream?
Yeah.
Oh. That's kind of cool.
So my dad said, my mom's name was Mary. Mm-hmm. Mary, when you go to the store, you should only have to buy sugar and coffee. Mostly that's all you should buy. Everything else we should raise it right here on this farm. Okay. Outside of ice cream.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
You weren't making your own ice cream?
Well, eventually we did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We got a machine to make our own ice cream. So, I can tell you that I worked my little ass off when I was home.
Yeah.
Until I left to get out on my own. I didn't have too much free time like most kids today. I had very little free time. I was a farmer.
Yeah.
Okay, I just seen a thing on Facebook a few days ago, a picture of this big farmer and his son. He says, "Dad, when do we get a vacation?" The dad answered his son, "Son, we are farmers."
Yeah, how can you take a day off?
No vacation.
Yeah, because the crops are always growing.
That's right.
Yeah, I've definitely started to realize how much work goes into farming.
Thank you for coming here and realizing what the world's about.
Yeah, it's a lot. Because you're in that garden every day.
You got to go every day.
Yeah, so what are you mostly doing in there? Is it just weeding, or are you harvesting?
Well, right now is harvest time.
Okay.
Weeding is the first step when you plant. Mm-hmm. You got to pay attention really close, because when your crops start coming up and growing, then your weeds are growing too. So the weeds, if you don't take care of the weeds will grow bigger than your crop, and you won't have no crops. So you got to keep them kind of weed free as much as you can. Okay.
How do you know when it's time to plant or time to harvest?
Well, there's books out for all that, but I'm just going by all memory. I've done it so long, I just know.
Yeah.
But there's books on that, tells you when to plant. Depends on where you live. West Virginia and New Jersey's a lot of miles apart. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Your weather is not the same as our weather. We have crops earlier than you do because you live in cold. It's cold where you're at.
Yeah, it is.
All you have up there is salt water and wind.
That's
it.
That's pretty true.
That's all you got.
Yeah. So do you plant every year different things in the soil, like so it doesn't use the same nutrients?
Like crop rotation.
Yeah.
Is that what you're speaking of? Mm-hmm. You're supposed to do that.
Okay.
Because a certain crop will take certain nutrients out of the soil, and if you keep planting that same place every year, you're going to come where your crop's not going to produce very much. So you got to put stuff back on your garden in the fall. People do a lot of different things. I don't use any chemical fertilizer. I use horse manure. That's what I use. Horse manure and hay, old rotten hay I throw on there, and it rots and decays. But they make fertilizers, and I don't use that because that gives a crop a real quick growth. Bang! Shoots it right up quick. But I don't know what's in all that fertilizer. So
nothing good.
Horse manure is all my dad ever used. That's what I use, and it's free.
Yeah, true.
It's free. Most of it's free.
Yeah.
People want to get rid of it. Oh, yeah. Butch, come on over. Get your trailer, your truck. Come get it. Yeah. I'll load you up.
Just shovel it in?
Oh, he dumps it in with a tractor, loader. Tractor and loader. It's free, buddy. Too. I need to get rid of it. Yeah. You got big piles of it.
And it helps everyone. He gets rid of his poop, and you get some fertilizer.
So, now, don't think about using human manure because that don't work.
No?
No, don't do that. Get that out of your head.
I wasn't planning on it.
But most of the kind of manure is good. Chicken manure is really good. It's really, really good, but it's really, really has a lot of strength in it.
Okay.
You got to be careful. You'll burn your crops up real quick.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'll burn them up. But when you manure your garden in the fall, when your crops are all done, put the manure on your garden and let it sit there all winter. And when it snows and rains, your manure is soaking down in your soil.
So you put it on after the harvesting season?
Yep.
Okay.
And
then it's good to go?
Good to go next spring. You're good to go.
So do you have to mix it with anything? Like, do you mix it with your compost at all? Or
I do. I mix it with compost.
Okay.
You see my big pile of compost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. It's really good.
How long does that take to decompose till it's ready to go?
About a year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you just shovel it up and mix it together with a manure?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. When I get horse manure, and I don't use it till a year later. Okay. I got a big pile of it, and when I dump it fresh manure, I leave it there for a year. Then I take my tractor and my bucket and dump it in my garden and spread it out all over my garden. Yeah. I don't put it on fresh. I let it decay.
Yeah. Do some vegetables grow better together, like near other vegetables?
Now that I really can't truthfully answer that because I've never studied it.
Yeah, I get that.
I've never studied that part of it, but I think people has mentioned to me that there is such a thing. Certain crops grow better if you get them close together, but I've never paid any attention to it.
Yeah,
I don't have time.
Fair. You got a pretty big garden.
I got 2 big gardens.
Yeah,
and I don't have time to be all that. I know what grows and where it grows, and that's how I do it.
Yeah. Do you have like a strategy of how to get like big tomatoes like you were saying? Or?
Sure do.
Yeah.
Should I tell everybody that?
I don't know. Do you want to expose your secrets like that?
I don't think I better. I don't think I should.
We'll keep that to us then.
Maybe whoever has a garden, maybe they can figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
It's like I think you asked me this question, and any question is not a stupid question. I think you asked me this. When you take a bloom off of a zucchini, will it still grow a zucchini in that same spot? No.
No?
No, the bloom is the zucchini that's going to grow.
Okay. So how do you know when to take a bloom off? Like to make the fried?
Well, I don't know. I just know when it's blooming, my mom used to go get them and fry them up, and they were good.
They were really good.
And my dad would say, our zucchini are not producing very many zucchini, Mom said, well, maybe because I took some to bloom and fried them.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
But it tastes so good. Those
they are good.
They're amazing.
People probably don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, probably not.
They probably never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
Ew, you guys are nuts.
But I think it's the fact that you could just live off your farm.
You could.
Is amazing.
You could.
I think more people need to be doing that.
You could.
Yeah.
But, it depends. a lot of people won't kill animals to eat them. They won't kill them to eat, but you liked that deer meat, didn't you?
It was really good.
Really good, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you got that yourself.
And you know what? There's a lot of deer here, and they're living off the land.
Yeah.
The deer are. So we're living off the land. So if you like deer meat, get one.
Yeah. I feel like I respect it more if you kill it yourself than just go to the grocery store and pick it up.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because all the stuff we eat here is just like local.
Yeah.
Like someone raised it here, and it's not from some factory farm somewhere else.
When I first got married, my wife said, "Don't make me no deer meat because I don't like it." I said, "Really? You don't like deer meat?" "Oh no, that stuff's terrible." I said, "Oh, okay. So maybe if I kill a deer and take care of it myself and do all it needs to be done, I know how to do all that. And would you even try the deer meat?" "Yeah, I'd try it." So she's like you.
Yeah.
She loved it. She said, "My God, what do you do? How'd you do this?" I said, "Well, number one is you got to pick your shot for your venison and don't ruin no meat and tear it up. And you got to know how to skin it. You got to know how to handle it and gut it. And you got to know how to cut it up and take care of it. You can't leave it lay around, and this is a process that's got to be done in a timely manner. And tastes good, don't it?" "Oh, my God, I love it." She said, "I love it." And you loved it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
How did you just learn that from family, how to deal with the deer?
I learned from my dad how to kill pigs and cows and skin them and cut them up and all that, make sausage and grind hamburger. I learned all that from my dad. But then whenever I got out of the Navy, I went to meat cutting school.
Meat cutting school?
Yeah, I learned how to cut meat the proper way.
Oh.
You know.
How do you cut it the proper way?
Well, there's cuts that you do. And there, steaks got different names, and they come from different places on the animal, and you got to know how to cut them and all that. And I learned a lot, and the government paid for my school, which is I thank them for that.
Yeah, thanks.
And I actually went to work in a store, and wasn't all I thought it was going to be. It was kind of rough.
Were you a butcher?
Yeah, I was a butcher.
How long were you a butcher for?
Not very long. Not very long. I wasn't a butcher very long, a few months, and I kind of figured out that I really didn't want to do this every day, and I moved on to something else. But then I did make myself a place to butcher, and I built myself a walk-in cooler, and I cut up meat for people. Wow. For the farmers and stuff. I've done that for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And cut up for them, wrapped it for them, and it just got to be, it was too much for me and my wife. So we said, well, it's time to just take a break and do something else. All we do is work every day, which is, it's right. I mean, you got to take a break.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's how I learned how to do it. And my dad, he didn't go to school or nothing. He just done, he learned by working. And when I come home from school, I helped him cut up a beef, and we were cutting the steaks and everything. And my dad always thought, well, this part of the hindquarter, when you started cutting, you went all the way up to the round, but all of those were T-bone steaks. Well, that's not true. There's all kinds of steaks right there. There's 2 or 3 different kinds. But he just called them all T-bones. I said, Dad, that's not right. Let me show you the difference here.
Yeah.
He said, well, I really don't care.
There.
Okay.
Okay. If he doesn't care, he doesn't care.
I don't care.
What? So would you use the whole cow?
Yeah. All of it. Yeah.
What, like, different parts of the cow, did they have, what was different about them? Did they have different textures or?
Different texture. The meat was tougher. Some of it was tenderer. Have you ever heard of ribeye steaks?
Yeah.
That's the best.
Where does that come from?
Comes from the loin.
Okay.
And what's the other steak? I can't think of the name I want to say right now. Sometimes I can't think.
Ribeye?
Good. No. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It'll come to me in a little bit. Filet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Filet. Now that's That's a special part of the beef. A lot of people don't know where it's at or where it comes from, and it's the most tenderest piece of meat in the beef or the animal, a deer, a beef, whatever. It's filet, and they're not very big. The fillets are not, and they're the best. That's the best piece you can get.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even know. Excuse me. A lot of people don't even know where they're at on an animal, and I take them out with a deer. A deer has 2 fillets in it. They're not real big, and I save them, and they just melt in your mouth. And a lot of people says, "Oh, I didn't even know a deer had them." Well, yeah, they do have them.
Where are they?
Oh, they're right inside the back, right in the loin there. They're only about 6 inches long and only about small around, but you just like butter. Oh,
how do you find it?
I know where they're at. I went to school.
Fair. Yeah.
I know where every piece is. Yeah.
That sounds.
And my dad said, when you kill a hog, we're going to eat every piece of that hog except the squeal.
What's the squeal?
The pig makes a noise.
Okay.
Squealing,
Yeah.
We're eating it all but the squeal. We can't save the squeal. We can't find it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I've chewed on pig tails. I've chewed on pig ears, pig's feet. I've ate it all.
Are they good?
Pretty good when you're hungry.
Fair. Yeah.
When you're hungry. We're good.
Yeah.
My mom would pickle them. You see pickled pig feet in the store. You've seen them in jars. You can buy them.
Yeah.
My mom made all that.
Wow.
We ate it. We ate liver. We ate kidneys. Kidney stew.
Kidney stew?
Kidney stew.
What was that about? Just put kidneys in.
That was about hard times when you had no food.
Yeah.
Yeah. People today don't even know what a hard time is. They don't have no idea.
What was it like?
It was like I didn't like a lot of that food.
Yeah.
I had to eat it.
Yeah.
You know how to cook kidneys?
I have no clue how to cook kidneys.
Boil the piss out of them.
Boil the piss out of them?
That's a joke.
Yeah.
What's your kidneys for?
Yeah, to get this junk out of your pig.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's a good way to cook them.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I've ate it all. So me and my dad used to go fishing. We'd go in the rivers, and there was a lot of carp. I don't know if you know what a carp fish is. Okay, they're not the best in the world, but we caught a lot of them, and big ones. And we would clean them, and we had a little hand grinder. I mean, we didn't have big fancy machines and everything. And we would grind that fish up, and my mom would cook it, and she'd call them salmon patties. I mean, it wasn't salmon, but damn it, we were hungry.
Yeah.
That's
hard. Where would you go fishing?
Clarksburg in the West Fork River.
Okay.
Yeah, big old carp. Big ones.
What would you use for bait?
Huh?
What would you use for bait?
Fish and worms.
Okay. So you just set it down.
Yeah. Worms. Yeah, we ate a lot of stuff. I ate groundhogs.
Groundhogs?
Oh, yeah, we ate a lot of groundhogs. We ate a lot of squirrels. We ate a lot of rabbits. A lot of coons. Yeah, we ate it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of jobs around here?
No. There was hardly no jobs at all around here when I was growing up. Very, very, very limited. But the place has really changed in the last 50 years, But that's why I left and go to the Navy. There was no jobs.
Yeah.